When I was talking to James on the set of One Tree Hill, he said that this arc with Nanny Carrie and with Dan is going to give him some sort of redemption.
Well, you know, I think that's a great segue about, I think what's one of the great things is we know that Dan has been this reprehensible human being, and we've seen it. Right. And he's done things that, you know, he'll have to pay for maybe in the next life.
Right.
You know, he's done his debt to society supposedly in prison, but, you know, he's been a bad guy. But there are qualities about him that you start to go, now wait a minute, he's kind to Jamie.
Right.
Or he seems remorseful. Or, you know, he saved Jamie from Nanny Carrie the first time. Right. Those things are compelling to me in a very Tony Soprano sort of way. Right. You go, this is a bad guy who does really horrible things, but once in a while he makes me feel sorry for him. Or he seems remorseful. Right. Or he does something heroic. And that's what compels me about Dan. And I think, you know, Paul is an actor who has been wonderful to the character. You know, and he was a guy, by the way, who walked in, read the part, and I said, give him the role. Yeah. You know, I knew that Paul could embody all the things I wanted for Dan, and you have to be brave to do that.
But the other side is the writing. When you guys, we all the fans chalk one up for you when you don't just give us a one-sided evil person. You have to give them a heart. You have to give them a motive, right?
That character, I think, has been a great marriage. I have to tell you how fun it is to write for Dan. Yeah. It's therapeutic in a way. I mean, he always gets the last word.
Let's make them.
You know? Well, he always gets the last word, and you watch him, like, you sort of respect how evil he is. And you know, because I don't have that in me, and I don't want to be that person, but he does it with flair. and you watch him, and you know, when you're writing it, I don't know what it says about me, but there's a side of me that when he gets those moments and he preys on other people's insecurities, and he finds an opening that you didn't really see was there, you go, you know, you got to give it up. Yeah, the guy does it with flair.
He knows how to do it. All right, let's go to Nathan.
Yeah.
He's got some back problems, right? Shooting the ball. Oh.
Yeah, Nathan's journey back, you know, look, I'm a sports fan. And
I can tell.
I love an underdog, and I love, you know, I love an underdog, and I love a tale of resiliency, you know, and I love those things for Nathan, but if it were easy, everybody would do it. Right. And I really like the story that we're telling of if he has a chance to do it again. We have the architecture of Dan, who Dan had an injury in college. He chose never to play again, or he couldn't play again to the best of his ability. And then he chose to sort of live vicariously through Nathan in a really bad way. Nathan has a son, Jamie, seems to love basketball.
Yes.
And what if Nathan can't get it back? Right. What kind of father is he going to be? Is he going to make the mistakes Dan made? Right. Or is he going to learn from that? What if he can get it back? Is he going to put his physical well-being at risk again, chasing this dream? Right. Is he going to put his relationship with Haley at risk again, as he once did?
I feel a spoiler.
Like all of those, no, you're not getting a spoiler. But all of those things are compelling to me. Because we always say, you know, if you don't learn from history, you're at risk of repeating it. And Nathan's at risk.
And we are, you know, creatures of habit, so the patterns do.
You know, it's hard to change. Miles said it once to Rachel. You know, Rachel and Brooke talked about it. You know, do people change? It's hard, you know, especially when you get older. You know, change is hard. And I think people resign themselves to saying, I am who I am. But I don't believe that. I know that it's difficult, but people can change. And I love that Nathan, without having great parents, without having great role models, is trying to learn and trying to do it differently. It doesn't mean he'll be able to. And what he wants, i.e. basketball and his dream, may trump all of that. He may just say, I want what I want. And everyone get out of the way, which would be a mistake, but I don't know if he's strong enough to fight that. I hope he is.